We're
Go ahead,
starting
Lex.
we're starting today with no music because I need a moment to deep breathe. So we're gonna do a little woo-sa, woo-sa, shoo-sa for the beginning because I am very close to resorting to violence for the first time in my life. So,
What?
okay. Hi everyone.
Hi. I have no idea what's going on. Everybody. So I'm in the dark and I don't know how to react to
Oh
this.
my gosh, I will be sure to tell you.
We're on the same boat. Well, hello, everybody. You're listening to the
Lex and
Kate Take. Woo ish.
aggro edition.
Okay.
You go first because I'm going to need a second to compile my thoughts.
All
Let's
right.
start with your weekly disclosure, my friend.
Well, nothing very significant happened in my life in the past week, other than I made macarons.
We're putting a poll up about this.
I'm right. I made the little sandwich cookies, okay? The French cookie. And
Yeah, a macaroon.
you call it a macaron. A macaroon is the little snowball
We'll let the people
coconut
decide. We'll let
coconut
the
cookie.
people will decide.
Okay. People, you will decide. But anyway, I made them and my brother requested that I make orange creamsicle.
That sounds so good.
And if you like orange creamsicle, I think it is good, but I'm not a fan. So I made a third of orange creamsicle. Then I had blueberry and raspberry, and they were all pretty good.
Good job.
Thanks. My mom obviously helped me, but that's like our thing, baking and things. So other than that, technically tomorrow. It's it's weird because I am 28 weeks and 6 days. So technically last time we recorded I was already 28. But tomorrow I turn 29. So let's just go with the 29.
Okay. All right. All right.
So tomorrow I will be 29 weeks.
So close to the 30 mark.
That's scary. Technically, Parker is the size of a cauliflower or
Like
a
a
burnt.
whole, obviously not just like a cut
Yeah,
of cauliflower. It's
like
like a whole head of cauliflower.
correct.
Okay.
A butternut squash,
All right.
Mad Hatter's teapot in
Oh,
Alice in Wonderland,
he puts Minnie Alice in there.
and then Mr. Potato Head. But I didn't think Mr. Potato Head was that big. Thought he was smaller than that. But anyway, that's what they told me. The
Those
app.
are so all such different objects.
I know.
I
So
don't understand.
I'm gonna go with the butternut squash.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes.
It sounds
So
most baby shaped.
yes, yeah, it is. So technically, he can start smiling. Taste buds can now transmit signals to brain.
So he's tasting inside your womb?
Apparently.
That's disgusting.
I don't know. I'm like, or they're just developed to the point. I'm not sure. So that is him in a nutshell for this week. I'm wearing your mother's shirt.
Hey, that's why she gave it to you.
Alexa's mom was getting rid of old clothes, and I'm wearing one of them, and it's like so comfortable.
There you go. I grabbed that one. I was like, I think Kate will wear this.
Yep, and here I am. I like felt comfy at work today.
Oh, that's a big change.
Yeah. Well, every day is a struggle. So I'm in full maternity pants. All of my pants are maternity. Like I have multiple different work pants that I have purchased. And but I haven't really bought shirts.
Yeah.
So every day I have to go in and like, oh, does this shirt fit? And if it does fit, does it fit enough to me for me to still look professional? And it's just
Yeah, that's a nice thing too because it's winter because all your sweaters and stuff, you never had like tight clothes to begin with.
right.
So So now that it's wintertime, you can get away with like baggier sweaters and stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, my school's so hot.
Oh.
Like I wear a short sleeve t-shirt and I'm like, I'm just not comfy. But then if I wear a long sleeve and I'm like teaching, because like I'm not a teacher that just stands there. Like today I was talking about dictatorships. I teach history. And I was like, dictatorships. And I was like, they use force. And I was like, that's like me, like, and I was like shaking desks and stuff and whatever. So then I get like super hot. But so that's just been a struggle. And I bought like some random long sleeve maternity shirts off of Amazon. And if they work, they work. If they don't, they're cheap enough where I don't care. So that's my life of not fitting in clothes and being annoyed about it.
What a woman issue.
Right. That is all I have for my weekly disclosure. I did not do anything fun.
Are you ready?
I guess I'm ready.
Well, I'll start with the good stuff, the stuff that I put today before I got filled to the very top of my BS meter. So, I'm very excited because today I got my first COVID vaccine. My
Ooh.
arm is a touch sore, of course, but I'm just going to keep moving it around. I was really nervous. I was like visibly shaking. And I think it's just because I work myself up so much for things when I know they're happening. I've gotten vaccines before. I've gotten shots. I have tattoos. I'm not like scared. I was just nervous. I don't know, but it was all great. And then I got to go home and now I'm here. And then also this week, I contacted all the peeps I need to contact to feel good about myself. I'm getting my lashes done. I'm getting my hair next week. I'm very excited to just be back in my element. My hair is way too brown for me to feel myself right now. So that's what we're working on. Also went full blown with like, I'm taking biotin. I'm using biotin shampoo and conditioner. I'm doing rosemary essential oil treatments to my scalp.
Tell me why. Is
to
this to
get
grow your hair?
growth and thickness. July is so quick that if I don't get to where I need to be, your girl's getting extensions.
Where do you want your hair to get to?
I don't know, like boob level probably.
Your hair grows fast though.
I just look at the pictures from like our senior year of high school, for example. My hair was luscious. And
Yeah.
I had
No, you cut it short our senior year too,
for
though.
right before graduation.
Right before graduation. Oh, so after graduation you cut your hair? When did you cut it super short?
Right before graduation.
Oh, right before graduation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is with me and change, having to do dramatic things to my head, but I'm over it. I'm over it. If I ever feel that way again, I'm not doing it because I don't know what I was thinking. Not that I don't like my hair short, it's just whatever. I'm ready to be long and blonde again and feel myself. Okay.
I don't know how to take this.
I am so riled up. I cannot. I just got off. I was screaming at Anthony on the phone, and he has done absolutely nothing. But I was just telling him about the situation.
Okay, would you like to get into it so I am not in the dark about this?
Well, the second I start talking about it, I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about the situation so that they know I'm not being dramatic.
Okay. Do I know what this is?
You will understand very quickly.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, I live in this association, which is a wonderful place to live. A lot of my neighbors are older, whatever. There's not many young people. It's great. It's quiet. That's what we like. That's how we do. My neighbors, somewhat across the street, a little bit diagonal, have these two dogs.
The little ones.
The very little ones. Like I'm talking, my dogs have chew toys bigger than these dogs.
Yes. Okay.
And
would you like me to talk about your neighborhood? Like
talk about the dogs for 1 second.
So are these the dogs? I'm not familiar with all the dogs in your neighborhood, but these are the dogs that roam free, kind of.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, there's these little dogs that are annoying and they kind of just are wherever they want to be. And that's not
with no
really
supervision. No supervision.
It doesn't really correlate with like how your neighborhood is as a whole, I think, because it is like a small neighborhood and you guys like have rules, I
And
think.
we live off a busy road.
Yes, a very busy road.
There's a main road. I'm not probably 40 feet from my house. Like
Yes.
our neighborhood itself is on 3 small streets, but we're off of a busy road.
Okay, I think you need to tell more because now I'm just like, okay, now tell me.
Okay, so
The takers need this.
Trooper, my boy dog, who we've had for about a year, we rescued him. He is going through this weird stage where he is not a fan of other dogs at the moment. And it could be because he's been in quarantine basically since we've gotten him and we've only been able to introduce him to a certain amount of dogs in our like close circle. But this dog has always really really grinded his gears. This dog that roams free, I have to censor when I let my own dogs out into my own yard on a leash to go to the bathroom because this dog across the street just comes on over here and goes to the bathroom in our yard whenever he wants. Now, before today, I was already writing a strongly worded email to these people. The owner,
to your neighbors or like the association of your neighborhood?
kind of both, honestly.
Okay.
So I started writing one to the president of our association to be like, listen, I know I'm not the only one and I've had it. Like I am done. And then the two houses kind of across the street, they're actually owned by brother and sister. And so they kind of like flip flop having the dogs who takes care of the dogs.
Okay.
So and I was gonna also compose an email to the both of them. So
Okay.
before even today, I was writing this email because recently Juno has been very, very sick, and she got it from some other dog's poop. Trooper did not Trooper did not test positive for this thing, so Juno got it from other dogs' poop. Juno doesn't go anywhere except for her own yard where there is poop by this other dog. So
Okay.
I was already upset about that. I was like, we're paying a lot of money for this sick dog. In the past year, she's had diseases like this how many times?
A lot.
So
A lot.
I'm over it. After going to the vet and just dropping another $500, like, and that's just this time. So then I come home today. I'm already kind of riled up. I wrote the email, didn't send it yet because I want to talk it towards Anthony because I think he thinks that people will think bad of us, but I don't care. So today I come home. And Juno, we had her professionally trained, so she gets a shot collar when she goes outside, and I have the remote, so she listens. She does not go out of her own yard. She never once has gone out of her own yard when she's had that shot collar on. She had that collar on today.
Mm-hmm.
And I take Trooper out on a leash, and it's like this long 6 foot, longer than 6 foot leash, and it's made out of just like rope that we hold, and we have a little loop at the end. Because I did not see a human in my yard going after their dog, I let my dogs out. This little dog, the one that Trooper does not like and could literally throw him around like a rag doll, was in my yard. I did not see him. When I tell you Trooper and this dog were not even 6 inches apart, and I could not get Trooper back. I have rope burn on my hands because I was trying to pull him back. That dude is strong. He's 90 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And he's got the leverage. He's close to the ground. His center of balance is way better than mine. So when I finally got Trooper in, and Juno tries to control Trooper because she's the boss, but Trooper cannot be controlled. It's like not a thing. So there's balls of dog hair just everywhere because Juno's taking clumps out of his hair because she's mad. Because
outside trying to get him back in?
Trying to get them back in, yes. So finally I get them back in and I close our door, and not 1 second after I finally get Trooper inside, that little dog is scratching on my doorstep on my glass door, barking at Trooper, trying to like get at him. This dog cannot be more than 6 pounds.
Oh my, I know exactly what dog you're talking about.
And then my neighbor comes up through my yard to come finally get this dog. You know what he does when he gets to the dog?
Just picks it up or something? I don't know.
And smiles at me.
Oh, no way. What did you do? You could not have been calm about it.
I was like, if you're not watching the YouTube, I literally just threw my arms in the air. Because I'm fuming. If I don't care if that dog's on my property, if my dog would have attacked another dog, that is on me. Even
Yeah.
though that dumb that dumb dog is in my yard, but my dog would get in trouble.
Right.
He's at his own home. If an intruder came into my home, I wouldn't like it either.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised you could honestly get Trooper back inside the house.
It was so hard. I literally, my heart was beating so fast. Not to mention, my arm is sore from my vaccine. So it was just like I basically had one good arm, 1.5 arms to pull him in, and oh man, it was way too overwhelming to have just gotten home from work.
Right. And so now what's the plan?
I'm sending that strongly worded email, and in fact, I might write them a hard copy letter with a date and keep a copy myself so that I can put it in their mailboxes. So if something ever does happen, I have proof that we tried to take steps to fix it, and they have not.
Right. You can't put it in their mailbox though.
Yes, I can.
Are you allowed to touch other people's mailboxes?
I
like
don't
that?
care.
It's a okay. Send them a letter.
And this is the dog, and you've seen this too. This is the dog that in the summertime, even if it is on a leash, the leash goes across the street and almost to my yard.
Right. And they don't have control nor care about what this dog is doing.
This dog will sit in the middle of the street, and people have to they pull down the street, have to stop, park, get out of their car, move the dog to the yard to get back in their car to go.
Yeah. This dog is something else. And these people obviously are something else too because they have no consideration.
And we probably have talked about this way too long, but I am fired up.
Which is okay.
I
would be too.
I never thought I would be an adult enough to care about neighbor things, you know? My other two neighbors, fantastic. Like, the neighbors that live on the other side of us, they have a dog that doesn't have to be on a leash. And guess what? It doesn't leave its yard.
Yes. Because that's what it's supposed to be. If you have a dog and you do not have a fence, you need to contain the dog, especially in a neighborhood like that.
Yes. Okay, I'm
It's
done
not-
for now.
Okay, imagine my mom living on your street.
Yeah!
Yes. My mom has gotten hurt by a dog and has trauma and cannot be around dogs. And what if she was on a walk or at your house and dropping off something and that dog were to come over? Like some people do not have consideration nor care about what other people like. There could be someone on your neighborhood that's deathly allergic to dogs. You don't know.
And we have a common area at the end of our three streets combined, and we have a common area at the end that goes down to the beach. They walk those dogs down there with no leashes on.
Yeah, that's not right.
Juno is off leash trained, and she still has a leash when we're going down to a common area.
Right. Yeah, I'd be mad too.
Okay, I'm done for now. Also, to put it in perspective, Christine, Kate's mom, is terrified of German Shepherds. When she's physically come to my house, I have not let my dogs out of their kennels.
Right.
She's scared. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's called having compassion for others, and you have that.
I'm being done for this for the moment.
Okay. What is gonna get you back in a good mood? Should we get back in a good mood,
Let's
or
do
should we
rapid fire.
Okay, let's do a rapid fire. Go ahead.
71.
You can do that one. 71. All right. Here you go. Here's the big kicker to get you in a good mood. Use one word to describe your computer ability.
Mediocre at best.
You think?
Yes.
I think you're good with technology. I think
I'm dumb question.
Yeah, it's really dumb. I think mine is good. I taught for how long on a computer? I had to
True.
learn a lot. That, that was stupid. Okay. That got your mood right back up to being happy.
32.
32. Mm,
Oh God.
I'm gonna hit the pass button on this one. I did not put it in the do not use, and I don't like it.
Okay, 33.
What is your biggest addiction?
Ooh. Laying on the couch.
Well, yeah,
I mean, what's better?
nothing.
I will say right now at the moment, I've been like obsessively listening and watching Hamilton. Um, it's become a problem in my relationship.
Why?
He cannot stand it. And I think he's just not open-minded enough to give it a chance because it's a different form of art and he's just not ready for it.
I've never watched that movie, nor do I have an intention to
You
watch.
don't do musicals though, but
I watched The Greatest Showman. I loved it.
When I tell you that Hamilton is one of the my favorite things I've ever seen. It's so I love musicals, so I don't know, but it's
I
so
hate
good.
them.
It's
Would
so
you like? I'm gonna tell them a story.
good. Okay.
And by the way, you should say thank you because how do you watch Hamilton every day?
Girl, you got HBO Max.
Okay, well, I'm just saying if you watch Hamilton every day, it's because I've given you my Disney Plus.
You have given me the issues in my relationship.
Sorry, sorry, Aunt. I'll take this one on my back.
Ugh.
So, where my parents live there used to be a movie theater,
A
and
theater, if you will.
a theater, a very classy. No, it was not. Well, anyway, I was in elementary school, I think, and my friend and her mom, my mom and her mom are very good friends, and that's why we became very good friends at like 3 years old, and still are friends. And they wanted to go see Mamma Mia. And my mom and I, like, I don't know what time it got released, but it was warm enough for us to just walk across the street to the movie theater and watch this movie. And I'm telling you, I had to get up and walk around and peruse, I don't know, go somewhere 5 different times because I hated the movie so much. And I was like asking to go home, to like legit just go walk home. I hated it that much.
I will say that is definitely not one of my favorites.
Okay. So you like musicals, but you don't really like that one.
Yeah. I haven't seen it like in a theater. Like I've only seen the movie. I haven't seen it on like a stage. You know what I mean?
Is it technically a musical? I don't what's the definition of a musical?
Great question. To a lay person like myself, I would just say a movie that has a lot of singing songs.
Yeah. So the thing is with Mamma Mia, I feel like they sing more than they talk, and I'm like, that just annoys me.
That's a musical, my friend.
So that's a musical, but that's so annoying. You're not getting a story across.
You gotta
Like,
listen to the words.
it's not cool. I don't like it.
Okay, yeah, I retract my thought of you to watch Hamilton because you literally I don't think they speak at all.
Okay, then no, it's not happening.
It's so good though.
And
Okay.
I've been to a lot of musicals because my brother was in every single musical in junior high and high school. And I went to all those, but it was fine because I knew the people, you
Mhm.
know, like, oh, that's great. I didn't know they had that talent, whatever. No, 2 movies. But I like The Greatest Showman, but I don't think they were portraying their ideas just through their songs.
Yeah,
Like they
that's
had
true.
dialogue and stuff.
And
But
also
anyway,
Zac Efron was in it.
oh yeah. Yes, that wasn't bad.
Ew, I just snorted. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was gonna say something about it.
Oh, God. Okay.
I didn't even say what I was addicted to.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Gee.
yours was also laying on the
It
couch.
is. It is. But I don't watch Hamilton.
Okay.
I binge watch random things. And everybody knows I do that though.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's mine too. Like that's what Tony would say. Like what is Katie addicted to? Oh, laying on the couch and watching TV. Relaxing.
I feel like we don't have to speed through what we're watching and listening to, but I got some drama about The Bachelor, so
Okay, so I'm going to tell everybody right now. I had a little bit of downtime today. And I went to go look. I was going to make our outline for this episode, like I normally do, and I look at it myself. And Lex already made an outline, color coded it, and had it all written out. And I was like, wow. I texted her a picture. I was like, whoa, you're on it today. And she's like, well, that's the kind of episode we're going to have. So Lex is going to primarily take the reins on the next couple segments. So do you want to go in the order in which you have put this in?
yeah, because it's gonna be a lot of me talking, and your talking will break my voice up.
Okay, so would you like to go on with
Yeah.
just like your casual things, and then I'll do my casual things, and then you want to go into The Bachelor?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
I started listening to this podcast. I'm not like subscribed to it, but I've like pieced and picked together what episodes I wanted to listen to. And it's called You're Wrong About. And it's this author and this journalist that talk about different things that were portrayed wrong in the media, and they kind of go back and do more research to try and reframe it in the way that it's actually supposed to be. So I think I have 15 episodes downloaded all about the OJ Simpson trial. And
Ooh.
I'm in deep.
How many have you listened to?
I think 4, and it gives you they're doing the backgrounds of obviously Nicole Brown Simpson, and then they're doing the background of OJ Simpson's girlfriend at the time. I believe her name was Paula. They're doing the background of the prosecutor, Marsha Clark. And they're just going in so deep. Like I've listened to 4 or 5 episodes and I'm not yet to the Bronco chase.
Wow.
So
you're gonna have to keep me updated about that, because the thing is, like, I've watched a little bit of OJ Simpson, but I don't know that much.
It's wild. Next thing is, this has like been a very casual thing, but you know those shows you just put on to maybe just like lay on the couch to not actually pay attention to because you've seen them so many times.
Yes.
She was taking a drink, but I was waiting for her to say yes. That for me has been it's been Friends, New Girl, but right now I'm back on the Sex and the City train. And the other night, I hope he doesn't get mad at me. We were sitting on the couch, and Anthony's like, "Why don't you put on like Sex and the City?" I've done it.
Well,
it's a fun.
It doesn't surprise me that much.
It's a good show.
I've never watched it.
Oh, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, is it something I would like though?
I thoroughly enjoy it. I get invested in these people.
You know me.
I think so. I mean, it's not like it's like a Friends concept. Like you know the main characters well enough. There's people that come in and out, but you like get it.
Okay.
So yeah, that was like a personal win for me. And then I just saw this today, and I can't really say that I care enough, but so many people posted on my Instagram that seem to care about it. I feel like we should mention it. Is that Taylor? Oh my god. Taylor Swift is dropping her version of Fearless that has like 6 extra songs on it that are her versions. And she's dropping tonight, Thursday, so this will not be tonight when you're listening on Monday, a new version of Love Story.
Ooh. What do you mean her version? She wrote all of her songs.
Well, that's what she posted in her caption. Her version of Love Story.
Ooh. I'm very excited about this because I love Taylor Swift and I love this album.
Maybe maybe they made her more poppy than she wanted to be.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a different like music rendition or like if the words are going to be different. I don't know.
I'm very excited about this, honestly. And when did she release that this was happening? Because Taylor Swift is the type of person to say, "Oh, this is happening," and it happens like 2 hours later or
I
something.
think I saw like 5 hours ago that she
Right.
posted Fearless is coming soon, love story out tonight.
Okay. So, but did all like I don't know what the Taylor Swift people do? They call themselves Swifters. I don't know. But
Swifties.
Swifties, do they know about this, or is this like out of the blue?
I have no idea. I am not a Swiftie.
You don't like Taylor Swift?
I just don't listen to her.
Lex, may I remind you?
I did back Red was a
Okay,
bop.
I was about to say, shall I remind you about when we were juniors in high school and Red came out?
That was a bop.
Because I feel like this is a staple in our friendship, this album.
I knew you were in trouble when you walked in.
Okay. I think we need to tell people about this. So we were juniors in high school when Ren came out. And I remember like the day it came out or like the week or something, Tony and I were together at the time, like dating. And he went and he bought me the CD. And we both had the CD. This is before we had smartphones, but listening to music on your phone wasn't as prevalent.
Yeah.
We like listened to CDs still, and I don't know if that was just us or whatever, but we did. And we both had the CD in our car, and we would go anywhere. Like I feel like junior year was a year that like we were never apart. Oh, what is happening?
Say hi.
Oh, it's a little P. Oh, it's a little Anthony. I almost gave away his nickname.
Say hi.
Hi.
You just
Say
talk into
hi
the
to
mic.
people.
Hello.
Okay, you've done enough. We're
Look
almost
at him.
I'll be out before you go to school.
Probably
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Huh?
Without you?
Yeah, go ahead. He had to get the clearance that he could eat without me.
Oh.
Take the bus. Okay, continue.
So, Annie. So, we were like inseparable, I think, junior year. And I remember even telling Tony when we first started dating, like, I want to let you know that yes, you are my boyfriend, but you're coming into my life and I have people in my life that are more important. And I would straight up say, like, don't act like I'm gonna pick you over Alex. Like ever from like the first day we started dating, I was like, don't ever think that I'm gonna pick you over Alex. Like if Alex and I have something going on, like she is my best friend. Like I'm not gonna just put her off to the side because I started dating you.
And she stood to that.
Like
Tony got the cold shoulder.
I like it wasn't bad though because like he hung out with his friends too. Like we were 16 years
Yeah.
old. Like did we need to be that serious? So for yeah, like the first like however many months of our relationship, it was just like, yeah, we're dating, cool. But we had dated before. So
Yeah.
he knew how I was. So it wasn't like a culture shock to him. So we would listen to this album in my car everywhere we went, and Lex's car everywhere we went. And but Alex's what kind of car was that?
An
Like
'04 Toyota Corolla that had roll down windows and the air conditioning didn't work. It didn't have a clicker to automatic locks and no cruise control.
and her name was Lucy.
Oh, my Lucy. She was cute.
She bumped.
Yes.
She had a great sound system though.
Specifically number 4 on Red.
We would listen to it all the time. So, okay, that was our Taylor Swift thing. Other than Taylor Swift, my second favorite, I don't even know. How can you say the number of your favorite bands?
You
In
don't.
the top 5 of my favorite bands of all time is starting to they're going to release an album soon, so they've been dropping singles here and there. And so Citizen has been dropping a couple singles and I'm very happy about it. But you don't like that kind of music, so it is what it is.
Oh, Anthony and I listen to Citizen all the time.
What? What are you talking about?
Dude,
Since
Anthony
when?
downloaded all their albums and when we get in the car that's all he plays.
Who turned him on to this? My husband?
I don't know.
They're not that known.
I don't know. He was listening to it, and I was like, "Oh, Katie and Tony like this." And he's like, "It's awesome." And I was like, "Yeah,
Oh my goodness. That's our boat is named after a Citizen song.
I know."
That is like mine and Tony's mutual love.
Yeah, he thoroughly enjoys it, and I like it too. I just don't know any of the songs.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna have to ask Anthony about this. Because how did this happen? Because also, well, last week we talked about how Kevin liked movements and they're kind of in the same genre, so maybe Kevin listens to them.
Yeah.
And that would make sense. Have you started Big Sky?
No.
So
Well,
you
I watched the like winter last whatever the last like 5 episode premiere was.
yes, and you got mad how it ended and you haven't watched the next 2 episodes.
I frankly I didn't know they were on.
Well, here is me telling you that Big Sky is back on and there's been 2 episodes so far. They're on
Okay.
Tuesday nights.
Well, I got to tell you, I lost my DVR rights because my Spectrum bill went up to $200. So we switched to an Apple TV and got the Spectrum app instead, and I don't know how to record. So
You
I'll
might
see
not
if it's
be
on,
able to.
I'll see if it's on Hulu.
It should be uploaded. I think it says Hulu the next day because that is one of the shows that has a Hulu connection. Yeah, you probably won't be able to record. That's why you need the box. The only
Yeah, well, I'm
reason
not
why you
paying
need it.
$200 a month.
That's crazy. Mine hasn't gone up yet.
Ugh.
But I can't give I can't. There's no way I could live my life without the DVR. So Big Sky has been super good. Love it. And then This Is Us. Have you ever watched that show?
I watched like the first 5 episodes maybe, and I was not into it.
So I was like that too. So I watched a little bit because I was like, everyone's hyping this up. Didn't watch it anymore. And then over quarantine, my mom and I watched all of them. We binged them. And so now it's back on. And I like cry and I get emotional every episode. And
See,
I like
I
to
don't
do
want that in my life.
I like that. But like I wasn't sad because something sad happened this week. So since you don't watch it and you don't care, I'm going to tell you. So spoiler for This Is Us. Not that anybody that watches This Is Us watches it when it's on TV.
All right.
Anyway, so there's the 3 siblings. They're triplets.
Yeah, I know this much.
Okay, and so Kevin is an actor, and he is working on a movie in Canada, and his pregnant girlfriend is in LA, and he decided to pick up this movie because he knew that it would be done filming by the time that his girlfriend would go into labor, and they're pregnant with twins because he's like, and he changed the way that he was as a human when he found out. Like the second that she said, "I'm pregnant," his mindset changed, everything changed about him. And so his girlfriend called him saying, "I think I'm in labor, like I need to go." And so he just like got in the car and went. And he like had to pick up some guy on the side of the road because he got in a car accident and he couldn't find a flight. And then when he finally found a flight, he went and he didn't have his ID because he gave his coat that had his ID to the guy that he picked up that had an accident on the side of the
Drama.
road. But then his wall like fell out, whatever. And the episode just ended with him like begging and pleading to get on this flight. He said, I hate to say it, but I'm a public figure. Look me up. Like, obviously I am who I am. Google me. I'm here. I cannot let my kids enter this world without me being there for them every step of the way. And I was just like, because like he's just grown. Like I was happy for his growth. Okay. I was happy for his growth as a human being. So that's why I cried.
You know I don't handle emotion well, so I try to avoid it at all costs.
I'm also pregnant, so I was like, oh, that's beautiful. And then what I'm binging right now is The Challenge on CBS All Access.
I haven't watched this week, so we can't talk about it.
That's fine. I wasn't going to. I was just going to say that's why I'm binging and I'm on season 25 right now. I haven't started at 1. I just started.
I was going to say.
I picked a random season. Actually, no, I Googled what's the best season to start. No, not to start. Like, what are the best all time? And the lowest of that I picked. I think it was 20 something. And then I was like, okay, then I can. It goes by quick, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, the floor is
right.
yours. You may go and educate me.
So to preface this, for those who don't know, Rachel Kirkconnell is a contestant on Matt James's season of The Bachelor, which is airing right now. She's white. Rachel Lindsay was the first Black lead as the Bachelorette, and she now works on Extra and has the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast and is doing a lot of cool stuff. I love her. Chris Harrison is the face of the Bachelor Nation shows, and somehow, yeah, he's the host. And I don't know why over these years he's gotten more and more of a say of he's the one who says if the season was good or not, or whatever. They've given him a lot more pull, and he's also an EP. When Rachel Lindsay was hosting Extra, she had Chris Harrison on because there have been rumors and things swirling about Rachel Kirkconnell recently since she's been on the show. And just so everyone knows, when I was looking this up, I read a Huffington Post article. I listened to a few podcasts, and of course, I watched the interview for myself before I dove into anything. And it was infuriating. So the things that were found out about Rachel Kirkconnell, in 2018, so 3 years ago, it was only 2 years ago at the time they started filming, she went to an antebellum themed party. She has a history of people have seen her liked photos on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. And she has a history of liking photos with Confederate flags, or liking pictures of her friends that have Trump apparel on. And she was, during the heat of Black Lives Matter last summer, she was posting pro-police messaging. And there's this TikTok rumor about her that this girl posted that when this girl was in high school, she had a black boyfriend, and Rachel made fun of her for liking black boys. So it was just a lot of things. So in 2018, when she went to this basically plantation ball in 2018, that was 2 years after her sorority that typically hosted these things had come out saying it was problematic, offensive, was promoting the enslaving of people. It was just horrible. So
wait, so she went to a college that had parties like this, and only in the past 4 years they decided it wasn't a good idea anymore?
So this must have been a comment. I think she was oh no, I don't want to say the wrong sorority, but I think she was a Kappa Theta or a Kappa Alpha. I think a Kappa Theta. Okay. But whatever, the national chairs of that sorority in 2016 put a mandated stop to it. It's not that they were promoting hosting them before that. They just didn't think they had to say anything because they didn't think that their people were still doing it, and they got word of it. So then they made a disclaimer: we do not support this. This is not okay. This is not to be hosted by our sorority. And then 2 years later, after that has already come out, everyone knows how problematic and offensive this is. 2 years later, she attends one of those parties.
Wow.
So, the gist of this interview was that Rachel hasn't spoken out about any of this yet. And instead of Rachel, which I've since read that she has attempted to make statements, and the producers or Bachelor or whoever has not approved her statement yet, and is rather her be quiet, which is so dumb. And also, how are you violating contract in any way when you're posting on your own social media about something you did in the past?
Right. Because it didn't have to do with the show. It had to do with her beforehand.
Right. And now you're a public figure.
We've seen that before We've seen that before, where Bachelor people have gotten hate from what they've done before and been able to defend themselves. So why is this different?
So Garrett Ugoigan, who is engaged to Becca Kufrin, who clearly that didn't work out for good reasons, but the same thing happened right after he got off the season. He had all these people pointing out all these horrible tweets that he liked. And they had to have a big conversation about that. Somehow he's white. He got the pass. It was good to go. And I see the same thing happening with this Rachel girl. So basically Harrison goes on this interview with Extra and is like, he's just like pleading for grace and understanding and compassion for, she keeps calling her this poor sweet girl. And it's just like, what in the world? Okay, so that's his basic thing for going on. Now, when Rachel brings up that party, Rachel Lindsay, who's the host, the black host, she says, like, what would my role be at that party?
Right.
Like, as a black woman, if I were to attend a party like that, what would my role be? What does Harrison do? Doesn't even comment on it at all. He says, Rachel says, that's not a good look. Going to that party is not a good look, obviously. And he said,
No.
was it not a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in 2021?
Never.
Hey, that's what I'm like. What are you saying?
Never.
He kept using this term woke, please. I'm not kidding you. He probably said it upwards of 10 times.
Woke.
Basically saying that people pointing out racist things happening that someone is doing is just as bad as committing a racist act yourself. That's basically what he was saying.
What? You can't even wrap your head around that being an educational statement to me.
He was so out of line. It was incredible. And I don't know how this dude has to be so media trained. I don't know how during this interview someone wasn't like, cut the camera, cut the mic. Like, he was bombing. And he was saying, like, and truly, that's what he believes. And obviously, that's what he believes. And somehow he's supposed to be the host and the face of this show, this humongous show that is all supposedly all about inclusion and diversity. But
yeah,
the host,
a big lie.
It's just so, there was basically Rachel kept saying is like, okay, whatever you're saying, you complete, like, she handled it beautifully, but it was just so painful to watch. But she kept saying, like, all we want to do is hear from her. All we want to do is hear from Rachel. We want to hear either an apology or a statement or something. And
why are they protecting her?
That must mean she goes far. It has
to be.
So
Garrett won.
I know. And I believe he did not speak on it until after the final rose.
I don't think so.
I remember them having a sit-down conversation after the final rose about the things he was liking.
I thought he had made a public statement on his Instagram before we knew that he was the one that was chosen.
Maybe, I don't know. But
again,
that's their choice. And I don't know if she didn't win, she got super far. She just wants to be on Bachelor in Paradise, or she thinks she's in the running for the Bachelorette, so she's trying to save face with production as much as she can. I don't know. But from all this, there was already petitions going around to get Chris Harrison off as the host.
Was there beforehand? Before this blew up?
Yeah, but the one that I saw after this all happened was up to 20,000 people.
What happened? Like, what was previous to this?
There's like so many other times of him just like kind of shutting down things that were happening for white contestants, and then things that got blown up for black or brown or people of color contestants. It's been a long time coming. But I think the fact that he was interviewing with Rachel Lindsay really skyrocketed this one.
For real. Yeah.
And so there's a petition. It's at like 20,000 people last I checked. It's probably higher now.
Oh, for sure.
So the Huffington Post article said, Harrison's words prove him to be utterly incompetent and unprepared to be the spokesperson for a franchise that expressed interest in doing better when it comes to racial diversity. And period, exclamation point. That is so accurate. I cannot believe this is even a conversation.
It shouldn't be. He is extremely media trained. He knows who he's speaking to. He's speaking to Rachel Lindsay about this. He knows the audience.
Who is the host of the Bachelor Nation podcast.
She is host of the podcast. And she has been open and honest and has had genuine conversations with producers, executive producers, about what they need to do. And she just flat out said, I will take this all on my back and help this franchise not be so closed-minded. And she
And
said, I will stop doing my podcast. I will stop promoting this if they do not put more diversity out there, if they do not shed a light on what's going on in the world. And she pretty much said, if there's not a black bachelor, I'm done.
And she was. And after this interview she had, someone tweeted about like, we don't give Rachel enough grace, like da da da, she's done so much for this franchise, and she responded saying that her days being involved with Bachelor Nation are numbered.
For sure, because she has done that. She is opinionated and take her as she is, but she is right.
Yeah.
And they should value her opinion because she's being so transparent with them. And she has been, and I haven't even researched any of this. You're telling me this first hand of my knowledge of this. But previously to this, she has been so transparent on what they need to do to better themselves and has only been gracious with it.
Yeah.
Saying, this is what you're portraying. Do you want to be portrayed this way? If you don't, listen to me.
Yep.
Who else are they going to listen to?
I know. And then, so the people in Bachelor Nation that are kind of commenting on the subject, I've seen people do stories. I saw Mike Johnson did a story. I saw Natasha from Pete's season do a story. I didn't get a chance to watch them, but there are black producers that work on the show commenting like, if someone shows you who they are, believe them, that kind of stuff. Ivan Hall tweeted something about like there's power in numbers. I love Ivan. Oh my God, I love Ivan.
Ivan and stuff.
Yeah, and then Abigail from this season, she liked a tweet, and of course it like comes up in your like recommended things of people liking stuff that basically say agreeing that Chris Harrison is so out of line and so wrong. Taylor Nolan, of course, this is her stuff. This is where she puts all her energy into. She did an IG live with the black churettes. I can't say it, but they're it was like I think an hour and a half long. I watched bits and pieces of it. And then Rachel Lindsay said that. So I want to end this little segment, this tangent of just and what sucks, I'm going to read Chris's apology, which absolutely blows. It does nothing for him or doesn't say anything, basically. It just sucks by watching this show. We're complacent in this. But it's like, I continue to watch it because I want the people of color on the show to get up. Like, I want them to have the same amount of success as these white contestants coming off the show. And it's just,
because I felt like we were, as like the show, as the franchise, like as the fans of this, it seemed like with this season things were turning around. And then this happens.
I don't know if you like noticed, but it like really struck me at one point after the bowling date on this past week's episode. The winning team, I don't remember what color it was, but it was a date of Matt and 4 women of color.
Oh, was it?
On our TV, it was all people of color. And I was just like, this is what we were waiting for. This is the reason why we were saying all these things and trying to get this done. And then, I don't know. And then this all popped out.
Yeah.
So,
when did this all come to, like, when did this interview happen?
I think the 9th.
The 9th.
I think. Either the 9th or the 10th. It came up quick on our feeds. So
where did you watch it at though?
There's a bunch of people are posting the link. It's on Extra TV. If you Google Chris Harrison extra interview, it pops up. It's like 15 minutes.
Okay, I should watch it.
This is his apology. To my Bachelor Nation family, I will always own a mistake when I make one, so I am here to extend a sincere apology. I had this incredible platform to speak about love, and yesterday I took a stance on topics about which I should have been better informed. Like he didn't know that a plantation party was... Oh my God. While I do not speak for Rachel Kirkconnell, my intentions were simply to ask for grace in offering her an opportunity to speak on her own behalf, which the Bachelor producers are preventing her from doing. What I now realize I have done is cause harm by wrongly speaking in a manner that perpetuates racism, and for that I am so deeply sorry. I also apologize to my friend Rachel Lindsay for not listening to her better on a topic she has a first-hand understanding of, and humbly thank the members of Bachelor Nation who have reached out to me to hold me accountable. I promise to do better. When the people that were holding him accountable, he referred to in his interview as the woke police.
Oh my goodness. This is a downhill spiral.
And I don't want to. I don't take obviously me as the expert or us as the expert because I think firsthand we should have people of color, black and brown people talking about this
Yeah.
because this is just from the research that I've heard, so, re-spewing some of the things that I've seen people of color responding to it. But yeah, it's just, it's so bad.
Yeah. Well, I saw only one thing. I haven't been I feel like I've been like distant from the world, but Katie, what was her last name?
Thurston or Morton.
Morton. She posted something like, I'm done with this franchise. I'm done watching. I just screenshotted and sent it to Lex, and she's like, I'm telling you everything later.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't researched anymore or looked into anything more, but I definitely want to because this is something that I find very important and needs to be, and that Chris Harrison is doing this. Obviously, he went on, he knew what was going on. He is not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And he put his foot in his mouth. Like he completely did not do, from what you have portrayed to me, what he needed to do, and acting like this is just something that needed to be changed in the past 5-6 years. No.
And he tried to like
This is a thing from forever.
he tried to like exaggerate. So Rachel's what, 24, 25? He tried to
Okay.
make it sound like, oh, what, she should be held for this party she went to when she was 18. I'm
Yes.
sorry. When it's 2021, it was 2020 when the time this filmed, and you're talking about a party in 2018. She was not 18 years old. And even if she
No.
was, she should have learned since then.
Even as an 18-year-old.
But you got to give a little bit of not leeway, but understanding that if she lives in Georgia, I don't know the area
Okay.
she lives in, I don't know the schools she goes to, but if that's what you're surrounded by, it does take until you get out in the world to kind of figure it out.
Correct.
So that, I'll get off my high horse. That's what I had to say, and I'm done.
Okay. We are allowed to be done with that.
Brutal.
Oh, I'm like mind shooken. Cannot even formulate a sentence about how crazy that is. It's just nuts how people think things can be justified in
And
that
this isn't-
simplest of terms. Like, no, in that apology, no, it wasn't good enough. It was not good enough as you ahead of a franchise that is humongous. I would not be surprised that either he goes or it's over, or obviously something needs to change.
Yeah, when the moral of the story is all we want to do is hear from Rachel, we don't need some older white man coming out and saying, just give the poor sweet girl some grace and compassion. Bite me.
Right. And if she was a mature enough person, I don't know what the producers are doing, but you think if you would be mature enough, like you wouldn't even be able to sleep knowing that this is on your conscience and you're not doing something about it.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be able to. People have made mistakes, yes, but like, what are you doing to make this better? Who are you? What are you doing? And why are they protecting you?
And I don't feel bad for Rachel in the slightest, but my thing is, how many other Bachelor contestants has this happened to and it just hasn't blown up the way that it has
For real.
now? I'm
sure there's a lot.
She's basically just being the person that's going to be made an example of. And okay, sorry, sucks for you, but also this should have happened a long time ago.
A long time ago. Okay. Whew. Breather.
I know I need to stretch
I'm like
my
mad.
back. I know. That's why I've been festering all day about so many things. From my neighbors to the world at large.
Yes. Oh, God. All right. Well, leader of this episode of the podcast.
I cannot believe how much I've talked and I have not had a single sip of water.
I know. I think we can end it on this note. I don't know. Or do you want to do something light and cheery?
Well, the last thing I'll say is we are going to continue to be doing, if you don't follow us on our Instagram, follow our Instagram at Lex and Kate Take. We're going to be doing weekly questions, polls, etc. We want to get feedback on what it is we're doing, what you like, what you don't like, and we want to get to know you all better to kind of like tailor whatever it is we're talking about or what we
Know
want to talk
y'all.
about. Know y'all.
We
So,
want to know y'all.
I posted on there this week about how you listen to the podcast and what your favorite part was. So we're gonna do more stuff like that, and we love the responses. It doesn't matter how little or whatever. Thank you for the reviews. We've gotten more reviews.
Have we?
Yeah, like I think 2 more on Apple that I saw. I don't have Spotify. I don't know how to work Spotify, so.
Oh my goodness, we do. I'm gonna read them. We're gonna end on a good note. Oh my goodness, I have not seen these. Oh, someone gave us a suggestion.
What did it say?
Okay, so love starting my Monday listening. Add special guests Kevin, Tony, and Anthony.
Anthony got a little feature today, so.
Anthony has been here. You saw him rocking his nice Ashta hat.
We should do like a date night.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing that, and if our
Neither of our men talk.
husbands-
Neither of our
What?
men talk.
I know, but the thing is, they have a interesting dynamic because they're good friends aside from us, and so they probably have some knowledge base about. They could probably disclose some things that would be a cool episode, and we could do like a couple questions or
Yeah.
like
So
we're on a
thank you.
dating show.
Thank you for that suggestion. I definitely think we'll put that in the book somewhere. Try and get it
Yes.
going.
Of things that we should probably do, but then we'll just have to prompt them.
Oh, for sure.
Like, okay, can you just like please just do this with us?
And they'll both just be like nodding or like shaking their head. We're like, you have to use words.
Yeah, it'll be funny, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
That could be a very great episode, I think.
I think so too.
Next one, please listen to this. These girls are genuine, down to earth, funny, all caps, and just all around fun to listen to. Listening to this podcast is like sitting down and hanging out with your bestie. Love all the segments, love to listen, keep it up. I'm geeking
My
out.
gosh, this is so good for my ego.
Those are just on Apple. I don't know really how to work. I have Spotify, but I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. So I'm happy. Thank you guys. It's probably nobody I know. There's probably all your friends. Yeah, I don't know if you can rate and things like that.
Well, I enjoyed having an episode that made my mind think a little bit. That made me feel real, and I apologize for my anger at the beginning. I'm de-escalating now.
Yeah, and maybe let's do some outro songs since we couldn't do an intro song.
Okay, talk for a second.
I am talking to you all, and I don't have a nice voice.
This is when I type in generic intro music into YouTube.
We need outro music.
Same thing.
Well, yeah, because I started this Skype call, and Lex was like, "Okay, let's go," and I was like, "Okay," but normally she like is on her phone trying to find a song and plays a song. Then I hit record, and I was like, "What are you doing? Do your job." And she wasn't doing it.
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Peace out.
Bye.